I don't know. Like, I'm just a professional. I've been doing this for a long time now.
Are you like a micromanager for real?
I think I'm bossy.
So you are a bossy bitch.
I am really bossy, and I like to be like in charge. That's why my name is the Don. Like, that name runs very deep. It's not just like a name. It's literally who I am.
Oh my gracious.
Even back in high school, Jennifer inspired more than
Y cambié la imagen por vender discos. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga.
What's going on? It's your girl, Ali V. Welcome to Growing Up Latina. I'm so excited to be back in studio. And today we have Maiya the Don.
Yay! Cue applause. Applause.
Maiya, welcome to Growing Up Latina.
Hi, bestie.
Yo, we've been like really trying to schedule this for like a little minute.
I know. It's been a fight, but
it's been a fight. But here you are. Welcome.
I'm so excited.
I'm so happy that you're here.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have to warn you, though. Some people cry on this show.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Right. Some people get angry. Some people laugh. Like, the vibes.
I think we just always have a good time together.
Okay, cool.
So I think there's only room for that.
Okay. When was the last time I saw... Oh, the 9 a.m. banger.
Yeah.
So you're right. So we were at the 9 a.m. banger party, and it was Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yeah.
And yes, and you are such a great time in parties. Like you were kicking off the shoes. You were like, "Yo, let's do it. Let's dance."
Because we had to get lit. We was like there, and I was like, I just don't feel like we're like banging at the banger. So we gotta like do some banging.
Yo, what is that like partying at 9 a.m.? I think it was like at 10 a.m.
First of all, when they told me about it, I was like, and that's at 9 a.m. for real?
No, like, for real.
I was like,
and
why?
We were drinking tequila. Like,
I was like, what's going on? Like, am I being punked? And so I'm not like a morning person. So I was getting up like, and like when I got there, I was like, everybody's drunk. What's happening? It was just so fun. I've never experienced anything like that.
So to give context, the party started at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. It ends at 3 p.m. Mm-hmm. Me and Maiya were on stage by 10:30 a.m. Maiya kicked off her shoes, dancing. I'm over here throwing up the Puerto Rican flag, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It was vibes. It was vibes.
I had the flag in my titties at one point. Yes. It was a lot.
So you're a Pisces baby.
Yes, I am. I got the tattoo to prove it.
Yes. So I heard Pisces are very like intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you? Does that speak to?
I think I have a lot of discernment.
Yeah.
Like I'm very like, I think I'm intuitive.
Okay. Do you believe in like astrological signs and all that like thing?
I think I do.
Okay.
To like an extent. I definitely think it plays like some part in people's personality, but I don't think it's like and they'll be all like, oh, if you're a Gemini, then I hate you. Like I think that's a little bit dramatic.
Okay, good.
I've never liked the Leo.
Okay. They call it, I'm a Sagittarius. Okay. But they say Sagittarius. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know that side of you. So I don't agree.
No. I'm like I am adventurous. Mm-hmm. I do have that. Like I love to like, I'm not a ziplining girl. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not a roller coaster girl. I have a rule. Either we're gonna go high and go slow. Or we're gonna stay on the low ground and go real fast.
Okay.
So,
I like this rule. This rule makes sense.
So either we're gonna do a Ferris wheel or we're gonna do bumper cars for real. Like we're not doing roller coasters. I'm not on that type of time. So I would say I'm a bit adventurous.
Okay. There's a limit to your adventure though. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, I like to think I'm adventurous.
What do you do? What's adventurous for you?
I love roller coasters.
You do?
Yes, I do. Like, I'm the type of person, we're going to, like, Six Flags, I'm riding everything.
Oh, no.
That's very much me. I'm like...
Yeah, we can't do that together.
I'm, like, by the pass to skip the line, because I want to get to everything. That's
okay.
me. I want to jump out of a plane. I was this close to doing it on my
Skydiving?
birthday. Yeah.
I
I just
You
want
on
to jump
your
out of plane.
own.
I don't know why. I just feel like, ooh. But I'm also superstitious.
Really?
So something about it feels like bad luck.
Why? What do you mean? Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Something about it. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm not going to, like, play on anybody's crutches. Because I'm, like, superstitious. You don't play on nobody's crutches, you're going to end up in something.
But what's superstitious to you? Because mommy used to tell me growing up, don't, what was it? Don't walk in the rain with the light on. Some shit.
Type shit, like I'm like that.
Like stupid shit.
I'm like I don't be like, I'm dead. Like, I don't
Okay.
or I'm laughing because I'm just superstitious. Like, I just feel like the tongue is powerful.
Facts.
Things you do is powerful.
Facts.
Like, there's certain like songs that I won't sing.
Like
Because
what?
I just think it's like,
Tell me.
like I was thinking about I'm superstitious in this way. I was thinking about getting a tattoo for like hip hop.
Okay.
But I don't want like a microphone because I think that's corny.
Okay.
And I was gonna get the silhouette of Biggie Ready to Die. Like,
Okay.
of him as a baby. But I just think I don't like the name of the project, like Ready to Die, and he talks about death.
Yes.
And like being dead a lot on that.
They
album.
did
So I'm
say
like,
he alluded to that.
yeah, he was like very like dark, and I just don't want that on my body.
Okay.
I'm like, you don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? You have to be intentional with the things that you're doing.
Were you always
decisions
conscious of this? Like,
I think I've always been like that, but even
Okay.
more as an adult. I feel like my discernment is as high as ever. So like
love
I'm
this.
just really trying to be more conscious and aware of the things that I'm doing and saying.
right,
you
right.
know?
Do you manifest a lot?
I think I do. That's what I was gonna say earlier, like about my superstition. I love incense. If you
Okay.
Caribbean and like you gotta light it.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I just have this obsession. I don't know. But I bought these incense and I bought them because the scent name was the sweet smell of success.
Oh.
And I light it every day.
Okay.
I bought 3 packs of them and it came with like 100 of them.
Nice.
And I bought 3 because I was like, I'm gonna burn this every single day.
And
Like,
were you like dedicated to burning this?
I've been dedicated. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, I burn it every day because I just think that's like manifestation. Walking around and my house smells like success. Absolutely.
Yes.
Like, I love stuff like that. And like,
I love this side of you, by the way. I like this.
I don't really talk about it a lot because I think it's a little quirky.
Why?
But-
This is like so good.
That's just me. I don't know. I think I've gotten into it more like recently because I just feel like I'll say things like, oh, this month is going to be life-changing, career-changing. Like, I kept saying that, like, this year was going to be, like, big as far as, like, notoriety. And then I got double XL. You know what I'm saying?
fire.
So, like, I've been trying to do stuff like that because I've gaslighted myself into thinking that my tongue is going to speak to fruition whatever I want.
They always say Delulu's the new Salulu.
Exactly. I think to be a successful artist or just an individual period, you have to be delusional.
Yeah.
Like, to a certain extent. I think you have to be. You have to be able to speak power and life into yourself before anybody else because that's how you succeed. You don't want to sit there and convince somebody that to invest in you, to make them win because they have to see it before you speak, you know? So it's like, if I believe in myself so much before the next person meets me, you have no choice but to,
Period.
you know? And that's what I think.
What do I have to understand about your earliest years to understand the woman that you are today?
That I'm resilient and like everything that I've been able to achieve thus far has been just off the strength of me being myself. And I think you can do so much with that, you know? Like, authenticity carries you way further than anything else. So I think just understanding who I am and, like, the things that make me me is what brings value into my brand
Yeah.
as a whole.
I think that's important because so many people don't even know who they are.
Exactly.
So the fact that you're self-aware and you know who you are, like, inside, I think that's super important. Like, at what point in your life were you like so tapped into the person that, like, your authentic self?
I think I just always have been like that. Like, I was like bullied growing up.
You said that
And-
before in past interviews,
Yeah.
but like, how are you? Because you have such a like an alpha personality.
I wasn't always like that. I like had to grow into it. I had like my brother's like my best friend ever, and we were always together.
Yeah.
So we were like he was like my comfort, you know?
Okay.
I didn't have to say much or do much because my brother was always right there.
Yeah.
And then because he's a boy, you know, he kind of just, I want to go be with my friends.
Yeah.
Not my
Are you guys like far apart in
No.
age or
No,
okay?
this is like my Irish twin.
Okay.
So we're like inseparable. You
Okay,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like, so I think once we kind of like became our own like people, I'm like 7, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm already like in this place where I don't know what to do without my brother.
Right.
So I just was like reserved. I was quiet. I like to read and I like to color and draw and stuff like that. And just people didn't like that I didn't care about them, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to
like
be
you was
nobody's
just tapped
friend.
in for
Yeah,
real.
I'm
Like you
not-
wasn't even worried about what's happening.
Yeah, I think I was shy. So, like, I wasn't trying to be anybody's friends.
Like an
talking.
introvert almost?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And people don't like that. It was like, oh, why you over here by yourself? Why you, when you're not fishing for everybody else's attention, everybody's like kind of drawn to you, you know? It's like,
Facts.
it's like being an adult and being like in the club and you want to be like mysterious.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you want to draw, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know
It's
exactly
kind of
what
like
you mean.
that, like, but it doesn't bode well when
Right.
you're 8 and in school.
Right.
So like, once I figured out that when people respect you, they leave you alone. You know what I'm saying?
But
It's like-
how did you gain that respect?
So my thing was I started to fight, which isn't good, but
You
I
was
started
fighting.
punching in their face. When you punch in their face, they leave you alone. You know what I'm saying?
But where
And once
did
I
this
figured that
come
out-
from? Because there's some
the
sort of
strength,
Yeah.
like recognizing, like, oh, I beat her ass, and now all her friends will leave me alone. Okay, bet. Now I'm about to go bust everybody ass. Like anybody who ever did anything, you could breathe at me wrong, I'm punching you. It was really terrible. I was an angry kid, but like
Yo.
that's the type of time I was on, and then I recognized like it wasn't like the fact that I was fighting all the time. It was me being assertive and like dominant. And I'm not giving you the chance to be mean to me or disrespect me or bully me because I've already asserted myself
Right.
as this like dominant person, you know? And I was like that at home. I'm like the eldest girl.
Yeah,
and like my
yeah.
brother is really freaking annoying. So I'm like constantly having to fight him.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I don't know if everybody else is like this, but me and my brother fought like cats and dogs. Up until I
Yo,
was like
me and my brother
16.
fight to this day.
Like to this day, like me and my brother will fight. Like
Yeah. Like fight.
fight. Like I'm putting
There's a
hands
whole
in.
boxing
My
match.
brother taught me how to fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I guess because I was like that at home anyway, it was like I remember I went to my brother and my cousin, who was like 4 years older than me. She was big. I was like, show me how to fight. And I lost my first fight that I did.
Yeah.
I thought I was tough and I was gonna beat her up. I lost, and then my family made me fight my older cousin over and over until I won.
Yo,
And she was like 4 years older than me. I was like 11. She was like 14, 15. My titis used to say stuff like, you're going to go fight her? Okay, you better beat her up because if you come back home and you lost, I'm beating you.
Why are Latinos like this?
Like, what are you talking
What
about?
is happening with
And
us?
I'm not more scared of you than I am scared of my titis. So let's run it. Like,
Were
run
your
it.
titis like...
Yes, they
Yes.
was crazy. And I was like, listen,
Where
I'm
did you
sorry.
grow up, by the way?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh,
So I'm
there you
like,
go.
so sorry.
Yes.
I got to whoop your ass so my aunt don't bust mine, you know?
Oh
like,
my God.
Sorry.
What was
You know?
that family dynamic like? Like, what was the sala like for you? Like, what was the vibes? Like, paint me that picture. Were you a kid that was watching novelas? Like,
Yes and no. Like,
okay,
they used to watch the news a lot.
okay,
Like my family, and like I have a big family too,
okay,
and I'm also adopted.
okay.
So I remember like going to my abuela's house and like all my cousins there because we all like lived on like the same like block.
Okay.
Like I remember like 2 houses down was my
Wait, what
aunt.
part of Brooklyn was this? I just want to paint
Like
this
East
picture.
New York.
Okay, cool.
So like
Copy.
my my aunt lived in the projects,
Mm-hmm.
like down the street, and then like it was just like I could like walk to all my family's houses,
Mm-hmm.
except for my great grandmother. She lived in Long Island,
Okay.
so I remember like taking the long drive to Long Island to go to my grandmother's
And that
house.
seemed like a whole breed. Like, you was like, what the fuck is
Let me
this?
tell you something. But I used to love it though. Like I knew how to get to like but I remember like they taught me how to use like the train and the bus and stuff, and so I knew how to get everywhere from each person's house. Like, if I was at school, I knew what bus or train to take to get to my grandma's house or my titi's house. You know, I know how to maneuver like that. But it was so many of us all the time. Like, so many aunts and uncles, and like Papa was a Rolling Stone. You understand what's going on? Like, and I'm just not finding out. Like, or even like little shit. Like, my abuela had a dog named Coco. She had Coco my whole life. I'm thinking Coco just old as shit. I'm 22, right? I'm thinking Coco so old. Coco just died when I was like 20, right? No. Do you know that Coco been dead and she just kept getting the same kind of dog?
No.
Over and over and naming it Coco?
No.
Excuse me?
Mommy did that with the goldfish for me.
Bro, I'm like, yo, this is not the same dog. Like, what? Imagine. Like, that's crazy. I'm like, y'all are all insane, and nobody said nothing. Everybody just acted like this was normal. Y'all are crazy.
I think, I ain't gonna hold you, that's like a whole theme in the Latino culture. I think it's just us.
Something gotta be wrong.
It is. I ain't gonna hold you. It's just us.
I'm like, yo, Coco been alive my whole life. Like, that's crazy. Coco died.
So
my cousin like, Coco been dead. That's not even Coco. That's Coco number 4. I'm like, what? Isn't that sick?
But there's this stigma within the Latino community. Like, you can't really say what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is.
The secrets run so deep.
But why? Why do we do that?
Because you know what? I'm real close with my great-grandmother, and she be telling me all the tea now.
Yeah.
And she's kind of just like, her attitude is like, so what? I'm about to die.
I'm going to say everything.
Like, so what? I'm about to die anyway. So, like, you know? And I don't know what it is. I think they care. Latinas care so much about honor and like dignity and respect and all that stuff, you know? And I think that's why, like, it's like, okay, this is going on. Everybody ignore it. Everybody act like.
Why is that?
I wish I knew. We need therapists.
Like,
desperately.
And I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't even know if you're really comfortable saying it. But like you said, you adopted, right? Like, was that something like they even brought to the forefront? Like,
my life, that's something that like we kind of like ignore. It's so interesting. Like, so I'm adopted, but I was adopted when I was 15.
Okay.
Right? So like it was just a whole lot of drama within like that whole situation, whatever. But because I was so much older when I was adopted, of course I know like my birth family, we have roots, and I was raised with them. It's not like I was dropped off somewhere young. Like, no, I was raised, like I know my birth family and whatever. So having a relationship with both is really difficult to manage.
Right.
Because on one hand, they kind of like just ignore that for a significant time in my life, I just wasn't around and like kind of removed, and just carry on like normal, you know? And then on another hand, they like, it's just the interaction's so strange because they'll like show me pictures of like people from like Christmases that I missed. I'm like, who's that?
Yeah.
And they're like, you don't remember so-and-so and so-and-so? Well, on your da-da-da, and then it'll be like pictures with me with them. It's like,
yeah.
or like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so interesting, but I don't know. I think because I was older, it's just like, just kind of like this thing that happened.
You think you felt numb to it? Like, I guess to a certain extent, or
not numb, because like the feelings were there, but like I'm an adult,
right?
You know, I have my 2 kids, my dogs.
Yeah,
I like to call them my 2 kids. But like I'm an adult who lives on my own. I have my own everything. Like, what are we gonna do now? There's nothing that anybody could provide for me at this point. Like any comfort or like answers that I needed is from so long ago that there's nothing that I can do with them anymore. You know, so as an adult, kind of like reinserting myself in this like family dynamic that we have is just like, I just want a relationship with my grandmother. That's it. It's very simple with me, at least, you know?
Right.
Because everybody else has their own like guilt or feelings or battles with me being adopted, but that belongs to them. That's their own.
Yes.
And that has nothing to do with me. And it's not my responsibility to deal with it, because at the end of the day, I was a child when this is going on. And like a lot of things are just simply out of my control. So if you felt so strongly, or if you feel so strongly about it now, then you should have dealt with those feelings while it was happening and done something about it. Because at this point, I'm grown. You can't provide nothing for me. You know, it is what it is. You know, so
That's interesting.
yeah, and I think because I feel like that, I deal with my family when I want to and how I want to. Like, you know, it's not like can't nobody call this phone and be like, oh, you need to come do this for da 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 da.
Yeah. You know what's so crazy? I recently had an experience with my dad. So I didn't grow up with my dad. You know, it was always my mom and my stepdad. Like when my mother and my father got divorced, I was literally 1 year old. Like me and my brother, just so you know, like me and my brother were the same age. But I didn't realize it till we were 14. I'm like, what? How you 14 and I'm 14?
Right.
Oh.
Some
That's how you 14. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't like people are like, how you realize it at 14? I'm like, it never occurred to me.
Because you raised the siblings. That's not your half brother.
And I'm not even thinking,
yeah.
I'm just thinking this is my brother. I'm not thinking, I'm not doing the math, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
And I went through a breakup. Literally this year, January 1st. Like, you know when you do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? At 2:00 in the morning, he was like, yeah, we need to talk. I was like, what's going on? He was like, yeah. So I've been thinking, I'm like, on the first of the
crazy.
year?
You can do it on the 30th? Yeah, come on.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so it that relationship, because I was with him for 6 years, I really felt lost.
Right.
And I didn't know who to run to. I couldn't run to my mom because, as I shared on the show before, my mom has Alzheimer's. So I the person that I once like spoke to, like, oh my God, help me, give me advice. There was no advice that she could give me. So I ran to my biological dad. And the only reason why I went to him was because of what you just said. He was a Rolling Stone. So I asked my dad, like, well, why did you cheat on mommy? And what would da-da-da-da? He told me his whole story. But the explanation that he gave me, it was weird, but it was something that I accepted. It was, this is just what people do when they're young.
Yeah.
And I had to accept that.
That's really the realest shit ever, though. It's like, because what he going to say to you now? Like, he not going to give you a big explanation. Not for nothing, he's his kid. So that kind of feels crazy. Like, you got to respect it. Like, I did it because I was young and wanted somebody, like, you know? And it feels wrong to you because you're looking at it like.
But I'm going to tell you what felt wrong to me. I never judged my dad with how he was with my mom. I only judged my dad with how he was with me.
Hello, ding, ding, ding.
Why are you like that with me? I don't care what man you were with my mom. If you cheated on her, that's grown folks' business. I don't involve myself with that. But why were you like this to me? I didn't deserve that. Why did you leave? You could have been a dad.
Hello.
So we about to get into it for real.
Because you know what? Because
it's about to be real. I said it. I told Mike, didn't I tell you this was gonna be real today?
You know, I think that just really goes for like all men. But like, it's just like so real. I think, yeah, you said it. You said it.
Cause why?
You said it.
You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like I always tell even my family, like, I'm not trying to fix the family. I'm not trying to do family therapy, but I am trying to be the best sister, the best aunt, the best daughter.
You better than me.
Yeah?
What? I'm a deadbeat daughter, deadbeat cousin, deadbeat granddaughter, deadbeat daughter-in-law, all that, deadbeat.
Yeah.
Deadbeat. I had a deadbeat dad. I'm a deadbeat daughter.
And I think parents don't realize like how this all affects you as an adult.
Or doesn't.
But for me, like my outlet has always been acting, right? So for me, I've always tried to play different characters because I wasn't happy with the character I was currently in.
Absolutely.
I wasn't happy with that role. I wasn't happy with the scene. So I was trying to change it. And that's what I got into acting.
Yeah.
But I wonder for you, was like music that type of outlet for you?
Yo,
like what
was
I
remember singing, you know the song Mr. Carter by Lil Wayne?
Yes, of course. Kidding me?
And then I was like, hey, Mr. Carter, where have you been?
Yep.
I made like a remix when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was like, Daddy, where have you been? I used to do stuff like that. And then I would like perform it for them.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, you went to the extent of performing it?
I wrote the song about how you hurt my feelings. Now listen to it. That was me.
And he heard it?
What? Several times. I remember we called him, he didn't answer, and I left the voicemail singing it. Hey, I wrote this song. I just wanted to let you know how it go.
Yeah.
Like, that was me as a kid. Yeah.
Now, how does I just wonder, like, how does that show up in relationships for you today?
So when I date men that's the exact opposite of him. Like, I'm talking complete opposite.
Yeah,
like, you know? And yeah, like, I don't know. I just, like I said, I've always been like super intuitive and just recognized what was going on for what it was and just made decisions based off of that. Like, well, I remember when so-and-so went through this, so, you know, am I going to do that? Like, I was terrified of teen pregnancy.
Yeah.
Like, terrified. Oh, when I turned 20, I was like, I made it! Hey! Hello! Boom shakalaka! Every birthday without no children, I'm like, yeah!
Yes.
Because my great-grandmother had my grandmother at 14. Grandmother had my mom at 14. My mom had me at 18. When you're a kid or like, I think now addressing childhood trauma and all the passed down like trauma that happens in your family is being addressed more than ever. But I think people do forget, like, you know, your mom is still a woman experiencing life for the first time as you are.
Yeah.
So you don't want to blame her for everything. There's no handbook on how to parent the right way, you know?
How?
So it's like you can't blame them, but like also like, yeah, there's some fucked up shit and that's okay too. Like, we're going to acknowledge both. Like, yeah, you was young having kids, but like, why do I have to feel that? You know what I'm saying? It's like...
But there was certain things, that's what I'm saying, like, and I don't know if it's like a cultural thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. You're Puerto Rican?
yeah.
Who's Puerto Rican and you're both?
Wow.
Yes. And you speak fluent Spanish?
Español.
Yeah. So I think like there was taboo topics in the household. Like money was one of them.
Yes! Yo, I knew... I didn't know that we was poor.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I know
Because you always had an abundance of things, but...
Yeah, low-key. It was like... We wasn't like...
So what was Christmas like for you?
Nice.
It was nice, right?
What? Come on. Big tree, lots of presents. Like, but we had a big family too, so it was like...
Right.
You know? And it wasn't always like expensive gifts, but like... You know,
but at least you had the Christmas.
Yeah, like I know, like my grandma used to say, you can be from the projects, you don't gotta look like the projects. You damn sure better not act like the projects. That's what my grandma was like. Yes. So like, no matter what, it was like, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know that we was like, that just wasn't something we talked about.
See, that happened to me as well. Like, I feel like I knew my mom was struggling, but she never showed that she was struggling. Like she never, like, there's this one like vivid memory I have of my mom. Like I remember we was living in 1641 Madison Avenue in Harlem and we were in the kitchen. And my mom is really big on all my kids are going to college. Everybody's going to finish school. And I'm like, well, why I got to finish school and I got to pay for this shit? Like, because I always wanted to be in entertainment. And that was my thing. And she was like, no, you have to get your college degree. And I was like, okay, but they don't have acting in college. Like, because back then it was like you was either going to Juilliard or you were going to like everything else. Yeah. Right. So for me, it was like BMCC, Lehman College. And I remember there was this one time when she was in the kitchen and she was studying, but I didn't know what she was studying for. And I was like, Mom, what are you doing? And she was like, I have my GED exam tomorrow. And I was like, because my mom never helped me with my homework. You know what I'm saying? It was my sister. Yeah. And I just never understood like why she went so hard for like, all my kids are finishing school. And I'm like, I get it now. Right. Because she didn't want me to be like that.
Yeah, that's fire.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew that we was poor like when, because, you know, like, we used to get like food from like food pantries.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that wasn't normal. remember being in a grocery store one day and just like almost going to like walk out. He was like, "What you doing?" "What you mean?" And then like paying for the food was like foreign.
Yeah.
Thing, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I think as I got older and like more socially aware, like oh, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
We broke.
And it happens, but it's nothing that we should be ashamed of.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
I just feel like, I guess like growing up, we didn't have the education of what money was, like that financial literacy that everyone's talking.
Exactly.
We didn't have that.
You don't need to know about money when you don't have any. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
That's just like the relationship. And that goes for like kids or adults.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why there's so many people as adults don't know like what credit is or like how that affects you and how it works and how to build your credit. All that stuff, you don't need to know about it when you don't have any.
But now that you're an adult and you're taking Maiya to Maiya the Don as a business.
Yeah.
Like, where does that education come from? Like, who teaches you that part?
First of all, I was a good student, okay? Like, I was a good student. College graduate, mama. Like, I went to school.
Talk about it.
So, I think that just wanting more for myself because I never had much and doing something about it, which is why I went to school. I graduated high school early, went to college. I graduated.
So, you was like a nerd for real?
Yeah, I was in it.
You loved school?
Yeah. School was like a safe space for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I learn, I eat, and school here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love the library. I love the read. So, like,
were you able to drown out like all the distraction that was going on from your everyday life and what was going on in the family and just like tap into school? Like, was that
pretty much? That's just, I used to stay at school all day.
Yeah.
All day. I was in every after school program. Literally anything I could do. I did every single sport because of that. Like, I just wanted to be at school because home was like a mess. You know? So that was like a thing.
So it was like your outlet.
Yeah, exactly. So I love school and I think I just took everything seriously. Like, I have to get good grades so I can get into a good college so that, you know, like you see like the schools on TV and stuff and it's like, I want to go to a school like that. Yeah. Like, good grades to go to a school like that. Makes sense. So I was so serious about everything. So I think
you give range though, right? Because it's like you love school and you have that part, right? But then you have the makeup. Yeah. And then you have the music.
But taking everything so seriously. What
I like is that though? Like, how do you... I
don't know. I'm a psycho. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, girl, calm down. Like,
and were you the only one in your family like really like tapping into all these skill sets? Like,
yeah. There was like...
Was it someone influencing you like, hey, you should do this? Or was it just you like, I want to do this?
I don't think anybody took me seriously.
Yeah.
Like, in that way. Like, I don't feel like my interest and talent was poured into as much as it deserved to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to like write my little songs and my music and like perform it. And they would just, moving on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thought like, oh, let's get her into voice lessons and, you know, but also there's like a lot of stuff going on. Like, things just bigger than me and my little dreams. Yeah. Which is like fine. But I can only imagine like where I would be if it was like nurtured. You know what I'm saying?
But at what point did you turn your little dreams into big dreams?
I think throughout the whole thing, I never stopped writing music. Yeah. When I wanted to be Hannah Montana. I wanted to be a pop star, okay? I wanted to be Mariah Carey. I was obsessed with Mariah, Tyra Banks, Hannah Montana, and Beyonce. Yeah. But that came a little bit later. So, like, but those was my girls, okay?
What was it about Hannah Montana that, like...
I just loved her. Yeah? I just loved her. I loved the show. Like, I loved Hannah Montana. And I wanted to be a pop star. And in my mind, I was convinced that I could do that. Like, be normal and be Hannah Montana.
Was she like the first person that you saw as a representative where you was like, I could do that?
I think I just, when you're young, I'm like 7, you know, watching Hannah Montana. So like when you're young, TV and like stuff like that can be just very bright, shiny and appealing. Yeah. So I think that's what it was. I don't think she was like representative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the first person that I saw and was like, yeah, I could do that was like Tyra. Like watching it, like I just thought Tyra was so beautiful and like gorgeous, and I just was like, you know what I'm saying? Or like
Tyra
Raven
was that
Simone was
girl.
like that for me.
Yes.
We're watching like the Cheetah Girls. I was like, that's me. Like I was obsessed with the Cheetah Girls and Raven Simone specifically. I used to like look up pictures of her and like see how she was doing her hair, her makeup, and like you know. But in my mind, I could be Hannah Montana. I could like live that life. So I would like write my songs and sing it. And my grandmother was a person who was like, "You can't sing, stop."
No way.
I swear,
not
God,
grandma saying, "Nuh-uh, not for
my
you."
grandma was so mean. I love her. That's my best friend right now.
Nah, I love grandma.
But I never stopped. That didn't like kill me. I was just like, man,
but where does that resilience come from? I wonder, because
Delusion.
at so many points you could have. It seemed like you didn't have, and I could be misunderstanding your story, but like you didn't have the greatest support team on your side.
No, I didn't.
Right?
But
So,
I just
like,
believed in myself. I thought that they were crazy. I thought everybody else was crazy and delusional for not thinking that I was gonna be a singer.
Right.
Like that's what I believed, like wholeheartedly. I'm very stubborn. You cannot change my mind about anything. When I feel something, I feel it completely. I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So if I felt like I could be Hannah Montana, then that's what it was. Like, you're late. I'm going to be Hannah Montana, and I'm going to keep writing my songs. Because one day, I'm going to be singing in the toy store, and somebody's going to hear me and be a Disney recruiter and be like, yo, you're mad talented. Come over here with me and sign me, and then I was going to be Hannah Montana. Like, that's the delusion that was in my head.
Yeah.
Like, that one day I was going to be, like, caught being beautiful at the store with my mom or my titi, and they was just gonna be like, "Come with me. I'm about to change your life." Like that. That was what was in my head. That's what I believed.
So at what point, like who was the first person that actually spoke life into you, that actually believed in
my
you?
manager.
Yeah.
My manager knew. I love telling the story.
Yes.
But literally, my manager met me for the first time, and he was like, "Yo, you should be a rapper." And I was like, "Get the fuck out my face!" Like, because I didn't know him. I'm like, "Well, if you don't got my face," he's like, "Nah, for real. Like, you should rap. You rap." And I was like, "No." He was like, "You should rap. I feel like you could do it." Da, da, da. This man knew me for 22 seconds, literally. I was like, "Okay." And then I did it, and he was like, "Nah, that's not it."
And you was like, "But I thought you said I could rap."
I'm like, literally the same thing. I'm like, "Nah, what you talking about? Like, I could rap. Like, let me do it again." And then again, and that's really what I got into. I just wanted to like impress him and prove that I could do something that I wanted to, because why would I not be able to, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because literally, again, I feel like I could do whatever I want and just be successful at it. Like, that's what I think. And so it just became that, like, about that. Like, okay, I feel like I could do this, so I'm going to. And especially because you don't already put this battery in my back to do it. So it's like, yeah.
At what point did your family start catching on?
When it happened.
They always say, I heard a quote by Pharrell Williams. He said, "It doesn't happen overnight, but when it happens overnight." Because it's that one moment that just like, just takes you, it goes crazy.
Absolutely.
So for you, it was that song, right? That it just like,
literally overnight. Literally.
Did you even anticipate that?
Yes.
You did?
Knew it. Knew it from the moment that I wrote the song. Knew it. Literally, I tell everybody that.
It's Telfy, by the way, guys. If you guys are listening, it is Telfy.
Yeah.
She wrote that song. Give us the backstory of like how that even, so they send you a beat.
Yes. So my manager sent me the beat. It was old. This is a 4-year-old beat by the time it gets to me. And I was writing music every day, and I remember being like, yo, how I'm gonna write these songs and like put them out if I'm not getting no beats? Because I was writing to like songs that was already out, like doing like remixes and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like getting like beats off YouTube. And I was like, you need to start sending me beats, because like I gotta like put it out eventually. And really what I know now is that he was just trying to get me to be good.
Yeah.
Like making me write all these songs and stuff that I couldn't put out. And he finally sent me the beat to that. And I'll never say who. I'll tell you after who the beat was for.
Okay. All
But
right.
to this day, I'm like, wow.
Yes.
But they pass on or whatever. I get the beat. It's like old, whatever. So I write the song right there. I remember I texted my engineer before I wrote it because I just loved the beat so much. And I was like, "Can you record me tomorrow?" He was like, "I can't do tomorrow, but I can do the day after." So I was like, "Bet." So I wrote the song. It took me like 2.5, 3 hours. Wrote it, recorded it the day after. It was August 13th.
Oof.
Recorded it while we recording. I recorded 5 songs that day, right? That was the last song I did. We were screaming at the
Like
top
you
of our
just
lungs.
knew.
I just knew. I was like,
Damn.
this is the best thing ever. Like, I was like, this is fire. My engineer was really excited. He was like, yeah.
What was it about that one? Was it the beat? Was it
It
just
was everything.
It was just the
the
synergy
best
of it
thing
all.
that I had made at that moment. Like, at that time, I was writing like 8 songs a week.
Okay.
Literally. Like, I wrote everything I wrote every day, right? So everything up until that point was just kind of like, okay, you're getting better, okay. And Telfy was the first song that I was like, there's no notes.
Yeah.
Same with my manager. He was like, this is the best thing you've ever done. Fire. So then I made it August 13th, September 27th. I teased it for the first time because Telfy had did their rainbow collab with
Yes.
Everybody was talking about Telfy.
So you was
This is
already in
perfect
love
timing.
with the bags. You was already like
Yes, already was in love with the bags.
So
Like,
even prior to you doing this song, you was already tapped into the brand.
that's why I made the song. That's why
Okay.
I said that, because I was in my selfie. That was like my thing.
Yeah.
And I had already had my social media presence by now, and it was like a series of me trying to get this Telfy bag because they're extremely hard to get.
Yeah.
And that was like a whole thing. Like, everybody knew, like, oh, my was trying to get this bag. She can't get the bag. She can't. Finally, I get the bag. Whoop the fucking do. Like, you know? So it was just very true to who I was already. And so when everybody was talking about it, I was like, let me just tease this song. Okay? It did
People went
good.
crazy.
Girl, September 27th was when I teased it. And then it was like, oh, drop it. So I did the video, I remember October 1st. Or the last day, is it the 31st? 30th?
Yeah.
I shot it that day, uploaded it so that it could be released, and it came out October 7th. And when I put up the teaser from the video, October 2nd. Went to sleep, woke up, 1 million views on all platforms. Oh,
Like, how do you even respond to that? Like, what's going on in your head? Like,
I'm like-
what are you thinking?
I'm like, I knew it. I'm like, yeah, I know it. And I'm sitting there telling my manager, like, yo, you see what's going on? And at this point, he's not my manager.
Yeah.
He's just like this guy who believed in me, and he owned the studio and introduced me to my engineer, and like, you know?
Yeah.
And he's in LA, like, working with like the real artists that he works with. And I'll never forget when that happened. He was like, okay. I got an email, and I didn't know who the person was. Come to find out, it's the president of A&R at Columbia. And I'm like, is this real? He's like, what the because he works in the music industry.
Right.
He's like, all right. So I'm because I was like, can you help me? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't really know what to do.
Yeah,
or
like,
say.
where do I go
don't know.
from here?
Like,
Like, how am I navigating this
literally.
space now?
And I trusted him so much. You
Yeah.
know? And he was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. He came from LA to New York, stopped like what he was doing, and came, and we did so many like label meetings.
Wow.
Talking to so many people, and I was like, oh, you my manager, right? That's what's going on, right?
Facts.
Yeah, he just looked out for me. Like, that's my best friend. He means so much to me. He is the best at his job. Nobody will ever do what he did. He's literally like, he made me from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean by when I said earlier, like, I could only imagine where I would have been by now if it was nurtured. Because all it took was for him to say that one thing and make me believe that he believed in me. And here I am. Like, that's all I needed, you know, was for him to be like, yeah. And I did it, you know? So, like, I always give him so much credit for where I am because I probably wouldn't have done it or had I probably would not have had the bravery to do it, you know, to just do it. Because it's a very brave thing to do, you know?
Right. I always say, like, people can't, like, not everybody follows their dreams, right?
He always says that, like, it's 92% of people in the world don't do anything.
They don't do it.
Small 8% are the people who get to it. That's how you do it. And beyond. Because these people believe in themselves before anybody else.
But do you talk life into yourself?
Absolutely.
Like, do you, like, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, he wasn't around. Are you a self motivator? Like, are you the person that, do you talk to yourself nice is basically what I'm saying.
So he wouldn't even text me back until I started to get serious. Because he was in LA, like, working with, like, real artists and, like, you know.
So he was like, show me.
Kind of, yeah.
Like,
because he was like, I'm not going to waste my time on her if she's not serious about it. And I didn't know that's what he's thinking, but I'm just like, I got to show him that I'm serious and that I really feel like I can do this. So I was sending him songs every day. He wasn't paying for my studio. He wasn't, you know, he didn't pay for the videos and all the stuff that I was doing, like getting the cover art made and uploading. Like, all that stuff costs money. I was paying for that myself, you know, because I believed in it. And I knew that if I took it seriously, then, you know, I believe in hard work. Hard work beats talent when talent isn't working. The consistency and dedication is going to whoop both ass. And that's how I live my life. You know, that's how I graduated high school early. That's how I got 3 degrees. That's how I got here. I work very hard, and nothing was handed. It'll seem like you said, it happened overnight. But I spent a lot of money and energy investing into myself and in my talent, and the hard work that I put in. This is just the fruits of my labor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I just worked very hard, and I wrote every day, and I was traveling from my school to the Bronx to go record and getting like literally stolen from the engineer that was working with me, who was taking advantage of me because I didn't know what was going on. Like, literally, because I believed in it and I just knew. So, like, now, that's why I'm delusional.
Yeah.
I know this is going to happen because I said it. I'm just going to do the work. You know what I'm saying? I get up every day and go to the gym and run on the treadmill and rap my lyrics because I know one day somebody's going to call me to join their huge tour.
Yeah.
The North American and world tour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but like, what surprises you these days? Because so you got the cover, a double XL,
you know,
freshman cover. Me? Like when you see something like that, and yes, to your point, it's the fruits of your labor, right? But like, do you like lay down and say, "Holy shit"?
What surprises me is that it took so long.
Why did it take so long?
No.
I've been hurt.
I think what surprises
I just
me
wonder, like,
is like
what does that do? Like,
I have like imposter syndrome.
Really?
Girl, you know, I'm from Brooklyn, so like this is like my safe space. Like I just be walking around Brooklyn, like go get a sandwich or.
All right. So you don't view yourself the way we view you, so to speak.
I don't. I think I'm very normal. Like, I think I'm very normal to an extent. Like, I will go to the mall and just go shopping and be like,
really?
Ooh, when people be like, oh my God, I'll be like,
that's what I'm saying.
So you're Maiya the Don. You're right.
So when Lotto brings up your name, what, like, to you, that's like
shouts out to you. Like, she should. I'm a rapper. Like, I work very hard. And I'm very talented. And to be acknowledged for my talent it makes me feel so warm and fuzzy, especially because I'm a fan. Especially for my peers specifically. Like, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy because I'm coming in as a fan of all these women and even the men that acknowledge me. And, like, it's super cool to see that happen. But also, like,
I always say
I'm a rapper. You
have to have a certain level of confidence.
I want to be respected in the space that I'm in, and I deserve that respect. You know, just like I'm gonna get on an interview, and if they ask me how I feel about Lotto, I'm gonna say she's easily one of the most talented women in music right now. I would expect the same because I am.
Right.
Period.
Yes. No. Yes.
You know, like that's how I feel about myself. And I think that's just what carries me through, you know? It could be completely delusional. Somebody could feel like I can't rap, which would be a lie.
Right.
But somebody could feel like I'm not that great, or maybe they don't enjoy my music. It is what it is. I'm not for everybody that has bad taste. So that's how I live
love
my
you,
life.
Maiya.
That's how I
love
live my life. Like, I think I have imposter syndrome when it comes to girls like me. Because I'm just a regular girl. I went to school. Like, I'm in college, and my friend is a regular girl who works a 9 to 5, who do hair on the side. Like, I hang out with her very often.
Yeah.
And I'm posted up, like, outside, what up? Like, I'm very comfortable in being the young girl from New York that I am.
I'm
22,
gonna
like,
tell you how comfortable you are. Let me tell you guys how comfortable Maiya the Don is. You never call your fans. Like, they're your primas for real.
yeah,
Like,
that's my friends.
Everybody's your cousin.
Yeah,
Like,
my bestie.
Yeah, what is that? Like, where because you are relatable. Like, if you've been following Maiya the Don from TikTok, like, the reason why we love you so much is because of that relatability that you have.
Yeah.
What, like, just the fact that you show yourself on camera and you're just like, man, I'm gonna just be me. I don't even care. I don't know, like, whatever. Like, what is that? Like, that fearlessness? Because I'm gonna be honest, like, I do the podcast, but I am not a get ready with me type of chick. Like, I'm not get ready with me to go to see La India. I'm not that girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and actually my voice will kind of switch up if I were to do content like that, because it doesn't feel normal to me.
Yeah.
But for you, you're in your bag for real when you do that type of content. So what is that fearlessness attitude?
I don't really know. I think that my reality is, like, so different from everybody else's sometimes. And, like, I see things very plainly, very black and white.
Yeah.
After that. And it's like, I can only be myself, because trying to be this person isn't going to get me very far, because I don't know how to do them better than them.
That's
you
right.
know? And I think it's just so much easier to just be like, okay, this is what I would do naturally.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. And then now every time I'm put in a position to do something or, like, be something, it's second nature. You know what I'm saying?
What scares you?
About
Just anything. Like, what scares you?
failure.
Yeah.
I put my all into everything that I'm doing right now. I don't got no choice but to be good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She's like, I cashed in on this dream.
okay, like, for real, I can't be nobody therapist right now. Like, I can't, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's what scares me.
Do you find it hard navigating the space as an Afro-Latina? In the way that you're getting viewed, like, do people accept you as an Afro-Latina, and is it hard to navigate in this space?
You know what's so funny? People clock that I'm Latina immediately. Because I feel like I present as a black woman, right? I was raised as a black woman. That's, what I identify as. Like, so I feel like I look like a black woman, right? Where when I meet people for the first time and hey, how you doing? Like, my name is Maiya the Don. Good to see you. They like, what you mix with?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is it? The braids? Like, I'm like, I don't know what about me gives that. Maybe it's just the essence. It's like,
Yeah.
get Latina. It's like something that only Latinas have. I don't know. Maybe it's my aura. Maybe
Is
I
that
got Riz.
spiciness,
I don't know,
girl?
something. But
Is that fire?
I think it's kind of like, I don't think it has minimized or expedited anything. You know what I'm saying? I think I just am. And people see my personality before they see my ethnicity, you know? And I think that I understand, and I want people to understand, that being Afro-Latina isn't one look or one sound or you know what I'm saying? It's like a spectrum, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like my only job is to represent women like me, and that's it. I'm not, you know, it's not, being Afro-Latina is multidimensional, you know?
Yeah.
And I want people to understand that. And I don't think it's been hard to navigate that because I am who I am and you have no choice but to accept it.
Right.
That's it, you know? And there aren't any like ethnic parameters, I guess, in hip hop in that way, because hip hop culture is Latina culture and vice versa, you know, especially I'm an Afro-Latina from New York. Like, come on, that within itself is its own thing, you know? And being in hip hop, you know, like there's elements of Latin music in it, you know? But there's elements of everything and everything, especially in like music, you know? With Latin drums, you slow it down and it's soca or reggae, you know? Reggaeton is reggae music, you know? Like, so I don't think it's been super difficult to navigate. I'm just happy to be a piece of representation for Afro-Latinas.
Do you feel like you can comfortably put out Latin music and your audience will really tap in?
They don't really have no choice because it's coming. Gag it.
Yes.
I think I'm really excited for that piece of me because I think because I kind of lead with my blackness a little bit, that it's forgotten a little bit in my music. Just because I'm just such a traditional rapper in that way. So to be able to like bridge this gap is gonna be so fun, you know? And I hope that when people listen to it, they hear me, but just in another language, you know?
I
that's
want
really
this
what
from
it is.
you.
And I'm gonna play you some songs.
Like, I really want this from you. I'm gonna tell you who else is like tapped in as well. And I'm like, we got her. Like whenever I find out like someone's Latina, I'm like, we got her too. We're claiming her. Trina.
Oh!
Trina is Latina. Her name is Katrina. Y'all better stop playing with Trina.
Period.
She is Latina.
What is she?
She is Dominican.
Is she?
Yes, she is.
I know that.
She is Dominican.
I didn't know that.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yes. I would love to see you and Trina do something.
That'd be so fun.
Just because I feel like there's something there. Have you met her? Like,
I love Trina.
Oh, do you?
Are you kidding?
Okay.
What? That's my girl.
Okay.
Trina know I'll do anything for her. I love her so much. She's so sweet. And she's one of the first like female rappers to embrace me.
Okay.
And just be so kind to me. I love her so much. Literally, I adore her.
No, you guys have to like, please, let's figure this out.
I adore her.
I feel like I have to talk to your manager. Like, please, let's figure this out. Who do you look up to? Like, who is like, I know it's Beyonce for sure. Like, you've said that before. But like,
mother.
Who, in terms of like the Latin world, like who are you wanting to collab with? Like, who is like...
I've been really, really, really into like the young kids from like DR. Or even there's this kid from the Bronx. His name is Chucky.
Okay.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Really?
I love him. But like Young Miko, I love Young Miko.
Yes.
Anuel.
Amazing.
Literally like everybody that's taking up space in hip hop as a Latina or Latino is just like, I love it. And I love to be a part of that, you know? It's like my favorite thing ever.
I could be way off right now, but I also see you doing acting. Is this like something, is that like...
Everybody says that.
I just feel like you should... No?
Absolutely.
Do you want to tap into this bag or...
Yes. I always say I want to be in power.
Where's 50?
Where 50 at? Literally, I say that all the time. I literally dressed up as him for Halloween. 50.
I saw this.
But yeah, I would love to step into that space. I think it would be so fun.
Yeah.
And I'm just like naturally dramatic. So like...
You are natural novela all day.
Exactly. Literally. That's my whole life.
God. I'm going to go into my rapid fire. I usually don't go into this segment so quickly, but I feel like I want to go into this and then see where it leads. You down? All right, cool. Tell me you're Latina without telling me you're Latina.
I wasn't allowed to get red nail polish as a kid because I was gonna be a hoe.
Is that what they said?
Yes, only adults allowed to wear red lipstick and red nail.
I thought it was the hoops. They always say the
that
bigger
too.
the hoops, the bigger the hoe.
And you see my hoops is real little.
Maya, I can't stand you. What's your favorite Latin dish?
Pollo asado.
Oh my God, that is my
favorite.
favorite Latin dish. Do you understand that I literally tell my mom, like,
Love
yo,
it.
make that for my birthday?
Love it. It's my favorite.
Do you cook?
Hell yeah, I cook.
You do?
What? I get down in the kitchen.
No
I'm really
way.
Latina. I've been cooking since I was 8. Come on. Latina
What do you
down.
make? What do you make? What do you-
Everything. Everything.
Yeah?
Everything. I make a sound culture. I make you want to slap the shit out your mom. Come on. Like real shit.
For real?
I cook bad.
Shit. So we going to your crib for Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah. Come
Okay.
on
Are
over.
you a tostones or maduros girl? Just saying.
Both.
Yeah.
But I prefer tostones.
Okay, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
tostones. It depends on the dish. Really,
Okay.
it depends on the dish.
Okay. What's one thing you need in the morning?
Coffee? Black?
What's your coffee choice? Are we Butelo girlies? Are we Dunkin' Donuts? Does America run on Dunkin'?
See,
Let's keep
I used to
let's
work
keep
at
it-
Dunkin' Donuts, so I would say that. But I don't drink coffee no more.
Did you work at Dunkin' Donuts really?
I sure did.
Yeah.
For 3 years. Sure did. But
Your story is crazy, by the way. I love that
I
you're
got
telling
many
your story.
and this is
I feel like we could be
exclusive,
here
too.
for hours.
We sure could. I got stories for everything. But right now, one thing I need in the morning is my protein shake.
Yeah.
Like my shit. Or Nalani.
Okay. Okay. What's the last movie that made you cry with laughter? Like it was so funny
The last
that you literally
movie.
cried. I know.
See, this is hard only because I'm a serial TV watcher. I watch
Are
TV
you?
all day long. I love TV.
Yeah.
I
Are you
love
like a
TV.
rom-com type of girl?
I'm a rom-com type of girl. So I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, the last funny one, it had to be something with Kevin Hart. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Because I watch him when I want to laugh
Okay.
and like giggle. But I'm definitely
See, I'm like I
true
love
crime kind of.
true crime.
Yeah, I'm like a
yeah. I
true crime
can't
kinda
see.
girl.
That's when you and we're separating now. When we're not aligned.
I love true crime. I don't know.
can't do
I
the
like
true
things
crime.
that I can watch passively.
Okay.
You know?
Makes sense.
Because I watch TV, but like I got ADHD, so I just need noise.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like I'll literally put on the TV just to clean my crib.
Yeah, that's me.
Like,
Or like
I just
a podcast.
need the background. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I do that. I'll put on TV to read. I swear to God, I'm
Yeah.
a psycho. Something's wrong with me.
I love you. Do I want to ask you this question right now? Yeah, let's do it. If you had an opportunity to have the Last Supper with 3 Latinas, dead or alive, who would they be?
I'm going with Nori because he's insane,
Yes.
and I feel like I could learn a lot from him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing Nori. I'm doing. Ooh,
I know.
this is really hard.
No, everybody gets caught up on this one question right here. Mm-hmm.
I gotta do.
Take your
Because
time.
I'm trying to think about what the knowledge that I want. Like if I just want to have a good time or if I want to like ask some questions.
It's your dinner. It's your dinner.
So I think ugh. It would have oh my God, I don't know. Because it's also like
Dead
it's
or
not too many
alive.
people I
They
want
don't
to
even have to be a celebrity. It could be anybody.
Oh, then my great-great-grandmother, her mean self.
I respect that.
I would say her, Nori.
Her and Nori and you is already like
Exactly.
okay.
And then I'm gonna give it to Selena.
Selena's fire.
Yeah,
Selena's fire.
yeah. I'll have to give it to that Selena.
Selena is insane.
Who would you say?
Celia Cruz.
Okay.
I just feel like
Yeah.
Celia Cruz.
Yeah.
oh man, I love this woman so much. I would do anything for this woman. I always say I want to interview this woman. I don't even want to interview her in New York. We got to be in Puerto Rico. La India.
Okay. Yep.
I just, you know what I love about La India? She really made you feel her pain.
Yeah.
It was a different type of, like, I don't even want to say she's the Latina Mary J. Blige, but she's on
Low
that.
key, yeah.
You feel me? Like,
yeah.
she was.
Oh, that's a good comparison.
Ese hombre que, oh my goodness. Do not play with La India.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
Okay, Celia, La India, and I'm going to give the last one to... You know what? I'm going to give the last one to Rosie Perez. And I'm going to just say that because growing up, everyone told me that I sounded like Rosie. Everyone said that my accent...
Do you sound like Rosie?
I don't feel like I have an accent, but when
that's my fun because I don't feel like I got an accent either. I think I talk so normal.
Me too. But when I went to acting school and it has to be Juliet from Romeo and Juliet, they like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, tone that down.
But you
and
know
even
what,
when I went to radio,
because Denzel... We was talking about Denzel earlier. Denzel is American and from New York in everything he's in. You know he about to be in Black Panther?
No.
Yeah, that's going to be so fire. But Denzel about to be in Black Panther and sound like he from Mount Vernon. I can't wait.
Yo, in your last step, but I'm just curious, what are we eating? Like, what's the vibes? Are we eating pollo?
Mofongo.
Ooh, mofongo. Period. What does it mean to you to be Latina?
It just means that all the boys want my milkshake. Like, that's it. Like, I feel like being Latina is just a piece of me. And it's like the leading factor in like my life. You know what I'm saying? It's like the values and thoughts and the things that I do naturally just stems from being Afro-Latina, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the very core of my being.
Mm-hmm. What is this chapter of your life called?
Growing pains.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. What is something you would want to work on that you haven't already?
Something that I want to work on that I haven't?
Yeah.
Probably the ability that I have to detach. You got one time to piss me off. You're out of here, bozo. But it makes it really difficult to like build and expand relationships. You know? So I think, or the ability to not take things so personal.
That's the part right there.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm working through.
Yeah.
If you could play a song, like the last song that you had to hear for the rest of your life, what would that song be? It could be a selfish one. Hey, if it's your song.
It would, you know, because I'm like, damn, like, I think I do that already. I think the song that I would play over and over and over and over and over and never get tired of it is either Heated by Beyonce.
Heat is fire. Heat is what I play when I go to the gym.
That's my song.
Yeah.
I love that song. I love her. Either Heated by Beyonce or What More Can I Say by Jay-Z.
Oof. I'm a Jay-Z fan.
Come on, son.
I'm a Jay-Z
Girl.
fan.
My GOAT.
Yeah.
My GOAT.
Yeah.
My GOAT. Come on.
Yo,
I argue about Jay-Z like every 4 days. Literally.
Yo, Jay-Z, I have such a special connection. Like, I can't even explain it, but the Blueprint album, like, I just remember living in the projects and just what that album meant to me.
That's how I feel about the
so
Black
many
album.
ways. Like, it's just everything.
The Black album is my
Like, I
favorite.
remember even meeting Jay-Z. I stood online for 6.5 hours.
You're so real.
In front of Barnes and Noble, sis.
You're so real.
Just to get Decoded signed by Jay.
You're so real. I went to, did you go to the museum?
Of course. Are
Oh my
you
God,
kidding me?
I went like 3 times. I told myself when I make all my money that I want and I build my house, because my dream is to build my house, my basement is going to be the studio.
Ooh.
Like I'm going to replicate my basement to look like that.
What's your like dream collab?
Probably him or Beyonce.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
1,000%. That's like my dream collab, because I don't know. I don't even want to say that.
What?
I don't want to say it because I'm superstitious. No, it will happen, and that's it.
It's going to happen. Do you meditate? Like, are you like a no? Are you a journaler? Do you journal? Is that a word, journaler?
A form of it.
Okay.
I do a form of journaling.
I guess with your music, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This is a finish this sentence. Finish this sentence. Growing up Latina is
Fun.
yeah.
Yes. Traumatizing.
It's all the things. It's spicy. It's fun. It's vibrant.
Loud.
It's loud.
Yeah.
It's loud. So getting ready for the holidays, like what is this moment like for you? Like what do you typically do? Like where do you celebrate Thanksgiving and just like the holidays overall?
So because of like the relationship that I have with my family and like how weird that is, I just do it alone.
Yeah.
And I don't celebrate Christmas.
You don't?
No, I'm Muslim.
Okay.
I don't celebrate Christmas at all.
Okay.
And like Thanksgiving, I just cook because I could cook. I like to do like soup kitchens and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because I'm not going nowhere, like, you know?
Yeah.
So I do stuff like that. Like, I'm just going to stay home anyway. I might as well go do something nice for people.
So
Do that.
I feel like for Thanksgiving, I'm going to come to your house.
Oh my God, come.
She said, oh my God, come.
Literally come, because I'm going to cook. And I'm literally going to, like, literally, since I've been living on my own, that's what I do.
Do you like living on your own?
I love it.
Right? Isn't it like such a peaceful?
It's weird though, because sometimes like I just have to make noise to remember I can talk, you know, because when you live alone it's just quiet all the time.
Yeah.
Or like I got used to like wearing like headphones in the house, so now I'll be like, take out the headphones, you're home alone.
Yeah.
And it's like weird. So like sometimes when you go 8 hours without talking, like when you live alone. So sometimes I just be in the house like, you know, like
they do exist. Yeah. What's coming up next for you? Like, what do you have coming down the pipeline? Like,
I'm about to drop my song 10. I'm so excited.
Okay.
That samples Shorty is a she
Yo,
by The Dream.
I saw that. So I was all over your gram. You already know. Saw that, heard it, and I'm like,
yes.
You do a lot of samples. Is this like very intentional for you? Is this like?
I'm picky with my samples.
Okay.
I'm very particular. That's the only thing, like, being me, because my big song is Telfy. It's like,
yes.
When producers send me samples, it's just, or send me beats, it's just mad Drew Hill samples, and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm going to kill myself. It's just be like that, or like the wackest beats ever. Or like, everybody's just so lazy and like samples, but I don't sample because it's easy or simple. I'm intentional in my samples because I enjoyed the musicality of the music back then.
Yes.
Where the producers played real instruments, like for real in real life. And they actually knew how to play the drums, and they knew musicality. Like you can tell when this is out of key and stuff like that. Right now, producers suck and they don't know how to play instruments, and they not producers, they beat makers and just know how to get a loop from Splice, put some drums on it or 808 and call it a day. Like, you know? Where like, me, I get inspired by things and I build off of that, you know? So if I'm sampling something, it's because the song means something to me and it reminds me of a time of my life, or, you know?
Like nostalgic.
Right. Or because I just respect the music, you know? I'm never trying to recreate a song. I'm never going to do this song better than the original person did it, you know?
Right.
It's just never going to happen. So that's never what I'm trying to do, you know? So like when I did the Candy Shop sample, I'm not recreating Candy Shop.
Right.
Like, I'm never gonna do that better than 50 and Kim did. That's just stupid. I'm just making my own art. You know? Art is subjective and repurposed all day, every day, you know? All these songs that was then freaking Candy Shop is a sample of old song. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Like this isn't something new or that we invented. Like all of these songs that y'all love so much that came out during your childhood was samples of a song that your parents love so much that came from their childhood, and so on and so forth. You know, the idea that everybody is original is dumb. No idea is your own. You didn't think of this. You didn't create this by yourself. It was given to you, so you use it accordingly. You know, so like I hate when people act like sampling is like the worst thing ever.
No,
and
I think it's
song
beautiful.
that people love is a sample. Like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. So that's why I do samples, because I enjoy music and I'm allowed to create whatever art comes out of me and put it out and use it, because it's not, I don't control it. You know what I'm saying? This was given to me by whatever God you want to believe in, spirits. I don't care if you believe in the alien that created you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this does not belong to me. You know?
I also think it's like a matter of perspective, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love to hear other people sample the music to see how they are interpreting that song.
Yeah.
And I think music should be, it should be fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, music shouldn't feel restricted.
Exactly. And
You should feel free when creating the art.
Exactly. And I think that people need to just take that into consideration, because you can hate my song because it's a sample, but you're not going to go make an original song that's better than my song. Period. Like, it is what it is, you know? And I have music that's not samples. Go enjoy that. Simple. You don't want to hear mine? Go listen to the original. That's okay. It doesn't take away from me or my artistry. And it's as simple as that.
I'm waiting for this Spanish project, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, girl. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I cannot wait for this.
I have this one song that I'm excited to drop.
Yeah.
And I have a big artist on it.
Yeah.
Excited. Somebody I love so much. Should I just say it?
Yes.
I should.
No.
I got a song with L Alpha coming out.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
I know, I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Yo.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Fire.
I love him so much, and he's so kind and so
I want
easy
to
to work with.
fucking throw my phone right
It's so
now.
good. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I feel like when you know something is a hit, like, you know it, you feel it. Like, you just
excited.
like,
I'm just excited to exist in this space and to exist next to somebody who's been doing this for so long. And
that's
you know,
good.
been
I ain't gonna hold
leading.
you. That one's good. Woo.
I'm excited. It's gonna be so great.
Damn. I feel like I don't even know where to go from there. Like, we gotta just drop the mic right there.
That's it.
That's it.
Pot over, y'all.
Yo, Growing Up Latina, Maiya the Don. Oh my God. Please let everybody know where they could follow you.
You can follow me everywhere at Maiya the Don. Make sure you spell my name correctly, though. Okay, that's Maiya. It's on the chain and the diamonds. Don't forget it. Don't get distracted by my beautiful boobies.
Yo, Maiya the Don, Growing Up Latina, thank you so much for being on the show. I love you so much. Please, let's go. Can we party for my birthday?
Yeah.
All right.
At 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Love you so much. Thank you.